the way I start presentations at this time of year is to say that without PR, Santa would be just another chubby guy. And it's probably an appropriate place to start because, as I was telling some folks earlier, what we find in particular with nonprofit organizations is they have great stories to tell, great services to share, and very rarely do they reach out to the press and inform the public of what they're doing. That they bump into press, they accidentally get press, and sometimes things click, but there's not a real consistency to their outreach, there's not a real consistency to their message, there's not a simplification of their message, and what happens is it becomes more of a hand-to-hand combat that they tell their story as they meet people in places like this or on the street, as opposed to getting their message out en masse. And I encourage nonprofits to reach out on a regular basis. The challenge is that the landscape of PR has changed. You know, 5 years ago, the Boston Globe had almost 1 million readers. Well, now in our agency, there are 7 of us. We refer to that as the Boston Globe because they've lost half their readers. And where did those readers go? How do you reach those folks who are no longer reading the Globe? Anybody? Where do people get information? Right.
Online. There are actually more readers online now.
Right. So that's a very good point. So Boston.com, which is the Globe site, has over 1 million readers a day, which exceeds their old circulation base. They just haven't figured out how to make any money from it. And they haven't figured out how to change content to fit the needs of that online reader, as opposed to me, where I still like to get my hands dirty and read the old tabloid sheet. So the challenge now is for you to reach an audience, you need to be in a lot of different places. So it's not only in your local paper, like the Patriot Ledger and the Mariner newspapers and the Globe and the Boston Business Journal, but it means that you need to look at every place where people may get information. And so obviously you need a great online presence. You probably need a Facebook. You need to have a great website, and you need to have good search engine optimization to get people to that website. And you need to have a blog that regularly gets information out to search engines and to your audience. And you need to have an e-newsletter to get it out to your folks. So it's a real challenge now of how much can you do to make sure that your audience knows you're alive, that you're vibrant, and you're providing great services that they should get involved with, that they might consider being part of, and eventually you're grooming them to be donors.